Folks, what's going on? This is Arden here, head honcho from the Forward Side. Thank you for joining us for a new episode of The Punch-In, where we have these incredible talks, conversations, gem dropping, and much more from our incredible guests. It's been a little minute since we did one because, as you guys know, man, we've been cooking up, doing what we do, but we'll never forget The Punch-In. Never, ever, ever. The guest to the right of me, this is somebody who I'm proud to say over these last couple of months have not only become a genuine friend of mine, but more so a mentor, a big brother. And that's not something I use lightly, by the way. And this is somebody that, man, the resume speaks. Even while he's been cooking up and just elevating his game with Billboard as their hip hop editor, this is a dude that goes way back to the Double XL days, to the MySpace music days, to Complex, to cooking up at Howard, in Queens in school, and so much more. And there's something about the fact that, again, no matter the stop, no matter the responsibility, he keeps on elevating. But now we got MC.
Oh, shit.
Under the resume.
Oh, shit.
Shut up and write.
Oh, shit.
That's right. It's tight.
Uh-huh.
Carl Lamarre in the building.
My brother Arden, how you feeling? Thank you for the intro, man.
This is what I do.
I might have to let you intro my next tape, man.
Of course. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. You need 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. I got you. Yeah. At this time, folks, you know, we are just days away, literally days away from the release of Carl's first mixtape in quite a while, and Shut Up and Write. Yeah. By the time you guys hear this, it's already going to be out, so check it out on all platforms that it's available on. Yeah. But before we get into that, because we're definitely going to talk music. Of course. We're going to talk about this big moment in your career. Mm-hmm. But more so, let's talk about right now, man. How have you been doing professionally, personally? Yeah. What's been going on, man?
I'm alive. First off, I'm alive, man. I want to first off say thank you, man, for allowing me to be on your platform, man. Love your growth. I love what you've been doing. As for me, man, I'm blessed. I'm alive. My family's good. My friends are good. Work is great. I'm loving every aspect of my life right now, man. I can't complain.
This year, of course, 2020 has been insane to the point where there's been a lot of wins. There's certainly been a lot of losses. And when people look at themselves personally, when you have still been winning so much in what is a crazy year, people tend to feel complicated about it because it's like, damn, like so much is going on with the world, so much may be going on with me personally, with my people, but yet here I am being blessed up still, like the mission is continuing. And you're somebody that, of course, even with your ups and downs, at least from what we see, it's like, yo, Carl just keeps on elevating. That's just another dub. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But how has that been like for you this year? Have you felt complicated with how things are going? Just seeing like, how can I continue to do what I do and receive the blessings that I deserve, but yet there's just so much madness and tragedy in the world?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody can attest to this, man. I feel like this is probably the longest year ever for anybody. I know going into 2020, you know, me and Mark, you know, my boy Mark, shout out to Mark, Hip Hop DX. Mm-hmm. You know, we had gone to All-Star Weekend. Yeah, we went to All-Star Weekend and Grammy Weekend. He came with me to both.
Yeah.
And you know, we already had this mindset like, yo, this is 2020, new decade. We about to fuck shit up. But, you know, the first thing that happened in the midst of that, we lost Kobe.
Yeah.
We lost Kobe. And when we lost Kobe, I was at the Grammys at the Staples Center.
It was
when I found out that Kobe passed, and yo, I was mentally fucked up. And I was like, wow, how am I going to, you know, do what I gotta do my job in the midst of knowing that I lost a childhood hero of mine.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure anybody could speak to what Kobe has done, you know? And I say that to say that was kind of like a bad omen where it's like what 2020 was going to present.
Yeah.
Because after Kobe, we lost Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
You know, after Pop Smoke, then came COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like shitstorm after shitstorm.
About a trifecta.
Whoa.
It was like heat check.
A mean trifecta. Like 2020 was on one. So I'm like, how we gonna pull a 3-1 from 2020? You know what I'm saying? And with that came, you know, for me personally, we lost a lot of people, you know, at Billboard, and I suffered with survivor's guilt. But in the midst of that, with COVID and everything, I had to figure out how to be innovative.
Yeah.
And, fortunately, God did me good. I was able to be innovative and start doing these Zoom interviews that really helped accelerate, my rank in hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it's something too, even just to add to that, I remember right before 2020 hit, we lost Juice WRLD.
Juice, yeah.
And that effed me up too, because I got my Foresight partner with me, AK. He would tell you, I love Juice WRLD. That was my guy. I had a chance to see him at Rolling Loud. Yeah. And his 2019 effort was one of my favorite albums of the year. I'm really mad that I'm blanking on the name, but that was one of my
Goodbye and Good Riddance.
That or it's whatever it was, but it has some joints on there, Maze and
I think All the Girls the Same.
Yeah,
I think
it was
that was Goodbye and Good
so much
Riddance.
dope records on there, and he became one of my go-to guys. And that was in December, so I'm like, really, bro, Juice? So then you start talking Kobe and Pop and just all the things that are happening. And it even leads me to this next question as well, because again, you found ways to readjust. You found ways to continue your mission and do what you do. And you're at the point, and we've talked about this privately. I've told you straight up without you even asking or suggestion, like, bro, you really becoming one of those guys in our culture through the media element of things that you're a recognizable face.
Yeah,
There's value in what you say and what you do.
Thank you.
And it gets to that point where how do you handle having such status while also being extremely motivated? Because I know you to be a very motivated guy.
Right.
But the more you climb that mountain, as you saw in The Last Dance when seeing MJ, it gets hard to stay motivated. That's why you got to pick up and play baseball.
Yeah, hey, listen. You know what it is, man, and I'm so grateful for this, man. I got dope people in my corner that'll smack the shit out of me back to reality. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, if I ever get in that cocky bag, which I rarely ever do, but
it happens.
It happens
from time to time.
It happens, you know what I mean? But if I get in that cocky bag, they'll be like, yo, you still ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like you ain't Elliot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You ain't Joe.
You ain't Joe. You ain't Charlamagne.
You ain't Charlamagne. Like what you doing is cute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so thankful to have those friends and family members that keep me level-headed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that I kind of learned within myself too. Like I'm super motivated. I feel like I'm trying to be top 5, top 3 in what we do. I feel like I'm very much up there, but I know I still got ways to go before I can like say, yo, I got multiple trips.
And you just touched on it, but at the same time, it always intrigues me, ladies and gentlemen, when speaking with the cats that are at the top of their profession, that are sitting at that table, right? It's like, on one hand, you're at the table, but you also know, I remember LeBron had a great quote when speaking about MJ some years ago. He's like, I'm still chasing that ghost.
Yeah.
I'm still chasing that ghost in Chicago. So for you to be in a position where it's like, you up there, but you still got to chase some of those guys, or the public will still be like, well, you still got to go after those guys. How do you balance just that notion of knowing that you're at the table and you are one of those guys, but having that competitive nature or that desire to still be like, I still want to be better.
That's like Hov. When I remember what song, but Hov said he feels like he's still chasing ghosts. That was his Hot 97 freestyle with Flex. I remember that Grammy
76 floor, you could call me the doc.
Exactly.
Dr. J wore the jersey 76.
Yeah. Classic. That's honestly my favorite radio freestyle ever.
Oh, mine's too. Easy.
Yeah, easy. But to answer your question, now I just blacked on your question. You were trying to say.
No, I'm just saying, how is it like being at the table with the top
Boom.
dogs?
That's what I was just gonna say.
But also still competing, still chasing it.
Oh, I'm still competing. I'll take it all the way back. I remember when I first met Elliot Wilson. I met Elliot outside of the complex office. I just came down. This may have been 2013, 2012. I had just finished doing like some freelance work. Okay. And I must have been like 23 at the time. And I saw Elliot. He was across the street with his mom. And I saw Elliot. I'm like, yo, I need to go say what's up. Elliot talking to his mom, like, yo, Elliot, what's up? I'm Carl. I'm an upcoming journalist. I see what you're doing. I'm about to fuck your shit up. And he was like, bro, I'm with my mom. And I was like, bro, just to let you know I'm coming. And I dipped. Just like that. And I may have been crazy for saying that, but in my heart, in my mind of minds, I was like, yo, I'm going to see you soon. It might take 5, 6, 7, 8 years, but I'm gonna see you soon. And, you know, I ended up seeing him at certain events, and he'll always be like, yo, bro, like, you came, saw, and conquered. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was during quarantine, he hit me on the DMs. I forgot, I think it was with my interview with the baby.
Yeah, and that was really good.
Yeah, thank you. He hit me up and he was like, yo, bro, like, you out here cooking. And I was like, yo, I'm just trying to be LeBron to your Jordan. And he just laughed when because he knows what time it is. I think he's the GOAT. I think he got it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I can't compete and still try to prove why I'm the GOAT. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Rob Markman, that's another dude I consider like a GOAT. Rob, I love that dude, humble to death. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody win, but I'm still trying to come for mine. I'm still trying to get 7 chips. Fuck 6. I'm trying to get mine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you on that, man, because then there's somebody like me that's looking at y'all.
Of course.
I got headshots.
Yeah, it's speaking. Like I said, like I got a dude like Mark, like me and Mark, like that's family right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'll shit on Mark all the time. I'll be like, yo, bro, like I'll wash you, like journalistically, like you can't see me, and he'll be like, yo, bro, I'm coming. And I love that because that keeps me going. Yeah. To answer your question, that keeps me going, knowing that for one, I'm competing with the older heads, and I got the young cats that are killing it like you, like a Mark, like a Regina.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Armand Savage.
Yeah, Armand out here killing it, but Brian Josephs and Mike Saponara, you know, that's why whenever I go, I know the generation, y'all gonna be rocking. I'm gonna be working for y'all eventually. But until then, I'm gonna be busting everybody's ass, you feel me?
That's the spirit, man, and even with our connection over these last few months, and I think it really picked up, I think, since the summer, because I had the chance, again, speaking of Regina, salute to Regina, she had a chance to connect me with you.
Yeah, shout out to her.
And there's a couple times where I was trying to connect with you for an interview, and this was pre-COVID, so you're busy, you had the new show with Billboard, and you still handling your editorial duties, and then we did the interview, and the interview was great that we was able to do for Foresight Daily, season 1. That
was dope.
And we was texting, and we was like cordial and cool. But I forgot what the moment was, but after we had a conversation, things picked up to where it's like, all right, like, we're really cool, we're talking. With that said, me getting to learn more about you and doing my Googles and seeing it, it's scary to the extent how similar we are. Yeah. In terms of, we're both in this music thing, and we both love music, but our first love, and possibly still to this extent, is sports. Yeah. You know, like my sports media career is still going. Obviously, you're still following sports. Me seeing the fact that you also have experience working with kids. Yeah. You was a camp counselor, school aide. Yeah. So just seeing certain things, it's like looking at a mirror. Yeah. And I remember you had a quote, and this would be a thanks from me to you. And what you said when we were talking, you was like, yo, how old are you? And I was like, 27. He goes, man, I got my first look when I was 27. Yeah. He was like, watch what happens. Like, you'll get it. Like, you're at that age. And then FanDuel happens. And then Foresight happens. And just speaking about your earliest memories with sports and music, what was that like? Who was that guy or moment in sports that made you fall in love with it? And ultimately, how did it lead into hip hop?
You mean like as far as like just journalism?
No, just
or
regular,
just in general?
Life.
I mean Mike. I mean, it's easy, like the GOAT himself, like Mike Jordan, seeing a young Kobe back in the day, Allen Iverson, and I used to be an avid reader of Slam magazine. Super shout out to Scoop Jackson. That was my hero back in the day, man. His pen game was so stupid. I would always get issues of Slam and issues of Highlights. Back in the day, I don't know if y'all remember Highlights, you know what I mean, with the little puzzles and stuff, little Highlights magazine. Those are my 2 go-tos, and you know, that's when I really fell in love with not only just basketball, but, you know, sports journalism. After seeing what Scoop was able to do, watching ESPN religiously, seeing what Stephen A, Stuart Scott, all these guys coming up, African Americans coming up on the center stage. So those guys gave me hope. And during high school, I was a sports editor for the Elmont Phoenix, and I really realized I had a shot my senior year when I won 3rd place for this editorial I did, 30s and New 20. Yes. And that was a piece about cats in the NBA like breaking out, averaging 30 a game. That's the new 20 points. And that's when I was like, yo, I could maybe do some damage with this shit. So sports did lead me to hip hop because when I went to Howard University, that's when I was like, yo, I was still looking at blogs like Hip Hop Game, like the blog era. I was really, the blog era was something serious, man. Now I'm right, Hip Hop Game, all hip hop DX. I wrote for some of those places, and that really helped accelerate my passion for hip hop writing.
Yeah, at one point you had some noticeable bylines by the time you was 19.
Yeah, bro. Baller Status. Shout out to my man Jay Castile. He gave me a chance. Shout out to Brian Kaiser over at Hip Hop Game. Dudes gave me a shot early on, man, and they let me run. My first interview was with Joe Budden. And Joe Budden, I always say this, my favorite rapper of all time. So it's, name a person that gets to interview their favorite rapper of all time, their first interview. And and I bodied it. Yeah, I bodied it, and they just trusted me to just keep going and, just do what I do.
And even with it's always been interesting when thinking about that connection of sports and music. Because it's like that quote where it's like the ball players want to be rappers, the rappers want to be ball players. And in a way, even with us media guys growing up in sports doing it, we look over at music and wonder, okay, like, could we cross that over? Could we potentially go into it and start it up? And I also just wanted to touch on the fact that being in sports and having some of those early lessons from being knowledgeable of the sport as a fan, and then of course jumping into journalism and getting those writing memories, was there an easy crossover when it came to music?
Most definitely. I mean, shit, my first CD was Lil Bow Wow, Beware the Dog.
Yes.
It's a classic album.
That was my second. My first was a bootleg. Shout out to my mans that was selling the bootleg CDs in Getty Square in South Yonkers. My first CD, I kid you not, was 50 Cents Power of the Dollar.
Ooh, that's a classic. Ghetto Quran.
How to Rob. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know what he was talking about, but he was rapping.
He had some shit on that. Jesus Christ. That's,
I remember the girls when I got the Bow Wow Beware Dog. Back when folks used to buy CDs, and as kids, I brought the CD to school. I got that new Bow Wow.
I used to do the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Girls going, oh my God, let me get a page for the pamphlet. Nope, you don't know Shag Gregory Moss.
Listen,
you don't know
Puppy
him?
Love, Bounce With Me.
Classic.
It's an opus. You got to throw the journalistic word out there. That's an opus right there.
For a good moment, I thought that was Calvin Cambridge.
Ooh.
For a good moment, I thought that was Calvin Cambridge. The real understand that.
Yeah.
Beware Dog was your first album?
Beware the Dog was my first album. I had the boom box. My mom had bought that for me for Christmas. Beware the Dog. I used to violate that back in the day. Cats had LimeWire, so I used to burn CDs like crazy. I used to make the crazy mixes. A couple of CDs later, I would say like Eminem, the Eminem Show. That's another one. I remember my dad showing me love, buying me the Godson album, like
classic.
And again, I was still in the mindset of being a sports journalist.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool to be like a hip hop dude, you know what I'm saying? But I never really entertained it again until college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it was like, somebody was like, yo, bro, like, I think you could do something more with this. Your pen is lethal. Why not give it a shot?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's always interesting seeing that because it's also just the fact of we're just living in both worlds. Yeah. Like we living in both worlds of sports and music. But when you're so deep on one side, you're not really thinking about it. It's like, yeah, deep in sports, but I'm enjoying my music. I'm enjoying listening to, 50 Cent is the Future, and then going into the Massacre and listening to the project that forever changed my rap life, which I would say all the time. It's the most influential album in my life is Graduation. Wow. At that time. So it was just always interesting to see that. But of course for you, listening to rap, embracing rap and doing it, but you ultimately decided to start rapping. Yeah. And what's been very interesting hearing that was the fact that, of course, when you started putting up the freestyles, folks just go, okay, all right, Carl just want to rap. Yeah. Okay, like go ahead, Carl, bust it out, interview dude can actually spit. And then you start hearing and seeing like, yo, there's a backstory here. what was your first memory of rapping?
Oh, shit.
When was you starting to put pen to the sheets?
This was around the time, Shad Gregory Moss is really an influential dude, man. Like,
a lot of people don't give him his flowers,
man.
And I'm here to change that. I'm here to change that.
Brother Bow, man. Like, it's all love, bro. Brother Shad, it's all love, man. It was around the same time I had the Beware the Dog CD. This was 5th grade. I think my first rap, it was a freestyle, I think to Mystical, I want to say. It may have been Shake a Fat.
Wow.
I may have been Shake a Fat.
You're ballsy.
I wanted it was a Mystical record. I remember like
you're ballsy for attacking that record first.
I think the freestyle. I think I might remember the freestyle like I wrote.
You lying? How many bars was it?
It was like maybe 8 bars, but it was like yo, you think you could see me? 1, 2, 3. It won't be that easy. My album's gonna go triple platinum. Yeah, it was whoa, basura, heavy trash, kid. But in 5th grade, everybody's like, oh, yeah. You feel me?
Don DeMarco.
Right, Don DeMarco. But yeah, after that, I kind of chilled. But I would say 7th, 8th grade, me and my boy, we made a group. He's doing this thing now, photography. He's killing it right now, video work. We were like called Cali and CL. And I remember we did like a little EP. Like we would be doing freestyles, like T.I. Why You Wanna, like
that's a tough
we did a performance for a talent show. That was the first time I ever performed in like 9th, 10th grade, and it was so trash. But it felt so good. You know what I'm saying? And we would just keep doing freestyles, and to the point. I had gotten a laptop with a mic. I got a Snowball mic.
Yep.
I had Acid Pro. And I would start fucking around when my boy wasn't around and start doing my own solo shit. And I would record and like try to mix and master my shit. The audio was trash, like the engineering part, but it felt so good just getting off. Like I had a mixtape back in the day called like Maybe Tomorrow, The Musical Reporter. Like I was not playing.
No, you was dead serious.
I was dead ass.
Multiple tapes
and was really trash. You know what I'm saying? But the love just for writing, because obviously I'm a writer in different aspects, the love for writing was always there.
I always said, because even, again, it's so many people, man, when you're involved in rap, like deeply involved, everybody has tried to rap. Everybody. I don't care if you didn't even make it to the studio. Everybody has tried to rap. You've tried to write a verse. And I remember when I had my stretch where on the side I was rapping, going to my brother Vic's crib and recording and even and dropping a mixtape as well. I remember comparing it to folks who love doing crossword puzzles. Because it's like you're trying to put all these things together. You're trying to put together words to make lines that rhyme, and you're trying to suddenly trying to find schemes, and then you also trying to find the flow. So I was addicted to it at some point. So yeah, I just want to say, because it's so funny, just folks try it and then it just hits you. It's like a drug. Like, yo, I want to rap. Like I want to do these tapes and do everything. And to even just go to right now, shut up and write. What inspired this comeback? What inspired, even at this point of your media career, where again your profile is rising, folks are knowing you for this and that, for you to introduce the rapping side of you? Because it's a risk. It is very much a risk.
I think it's a combination of things, man. For one, shout out to my brother Mark. Played a big role in that.
Of course.
Because I had a mixtape. I was talking about all the bullshit mixtapes I did. I actually had a credible mixtape. Never Looking Back. Hood classic. For the streets. I dropped it in 2011. Like I did music videos. I was going hard with it back then, and then I just stopped. And I think it was because back then I was pretty solid, but I didn't think I was good enough. Like I had a couple of issues, like with my voice, with my delivery. I wasn't proud of it. And years passed or whatever, and I would just sometimes sit and do just randomly write freestyles, and I would send it to him, just be like, yo, what you think of this? And he'd be like, yo, this shit is hard.
Yeah, I went through that same phase.
Voice memos. I would just do voice memos, like send this to a couple people. Then it was like, yo, I'm cool with some rap dudes. So like Styley, that's my brother.
Styley, man.
And I hit up Style, Gerald Walker, and I would send them stuff. I'm like, what y'all think? They're like, yo, bro, this is you? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, that's cute. would keep it just like that. So I would keep writing. Next thing you know, I end up writing a track. One track becomes 2 tracks. 2 tracks become 4 tracks. 4 tracks become 5 tracks. Shit, then you got yourself an EP.
Yeah.
But I didn't think nothing of it. I remember I had 5 tracks. I hit up Style. I'm like, yo, Style, I think I might want to do something. And he's like, word. I was like, how would you feel if I come to your crib, I record it, and you tell me, you know, where we go with this? So he's like, yeah, pull up. Go to Style's crib. We drove, me and my boys, we drove from here to Atlanta. Trash ass drive, especially in a little mini coupe type shit. We got to Styles' crib. I knocked out 5 joints in like 4 hours.
Talk about the flow.
Yeah.
That'll make Future proud.
But you know what's so crazy during that whole time? I was so nervous because I hadn't rapped in front of a mic in like 6-7 years.
Because this is what, October 2018?
October 2018.
I watched the promo.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Mo for doing those videos. He was out there, my boy Fritz. Thank you, man. They were out there filming it, and you know they were with me 2011 making that first mixtape. I never looking back.
That's like a full circle moment. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so that's why I had to really push them to come out there because they're like, yo, bro, if you're really gonna do this, we need to know you're serious. So I was like, yo, let's drive down there. I'll pay for gas. I'll, do what I gotta do. And like I said, we recorded 5 tracks. After that, I left and I just sat on the tracks. I never released them. I never did nothing. And I remember this was around the time Kanye was doing promo for Ye. This is good music. This is June.
Yeah.
At this time, I'm still sitting on my project, not thinking nothing of it. I get a hit up like, yo, we want you to fly out to Wyoming to go listen to Ye. I'm like, all right, cool. If I go for work, I see Rob Markman.
Yep.
Never met Rob before. I think maybe just in passing, but we never really chopped it up. And I was on some fanboy shit because I was like, yo, this is Rob Markman. Like in my mind, I'm still a killer when it comes to this journalist shit, but I'm like, yo, that's Rob.
Yeah.
But nah, I won't say what up because I'll body these niggas. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, let me go say what's up because I respect him ultimately at the end of the day. And I remember one of the things I told him, like, yo, Rob, I respected how you made that shift from journalist to MC and you held nothing back. I used to rap. I want to do that, but I'm too scared because I'm worried about the perception of what people will say. And Rob was just like, yo, bro, if you love what you do, fuck everybody.
That's true.
And that's all I needed. With Mark pushing me, with Style pushing me, and Rob giving me that green light. I'm like, all right, cool. But my black ass, I sat on the project still.
You were sitting on that.
I was still sitting on it. So now we sitting on a year, because I recorded in 2018 in Atlanta. We sitting on a year. And this is after I spoke to Rob. I'm thinking, I'm about to do this shit.
It's time.
Never recorded no tracks. It wasn't until...
It's coming to detox.
2 years now. Shout out to the pandemic. I mean, and I say this in the most, not dick-headed way, but the pandemic in terms of it had some good for me, in the sense that I woke up one day like, yo, I need to finish this shit. Yeah. Just randomly, like I was like, I'm not the type of guy that starts something and never finishes it. So I was like, I got 5 tracks here. I wrote this in 2018. I could body another 5. And the funny thing is, I actually had 8 tracks written, but I had 5 recorded. So I was like, let me go. I hit up Mark and I had my boy Ken. I was like, yo, let me go record the rest of these. I sat on 8. Then I'm like, yo, I wrote 2 more joints. And I'm like, yo, I got a project. And I'm playing the shit back. Like, yo, this shit's kind of hard.
I was just really impressed with the cohesiveness of the project. And speaking more about the X's and O's of this project, what made it come together the way it did? Why was it organized the way it was? What inspired the sounds for it the way it is? Because I tell you, even after the freestyles you're doing, I'm like, yo, you are one rapping ass dude. You love the punchlines. You love to just go. And I was a bit surprised when I was listening back to the tape, like, yo, but it's not really that. It's like you're rapping, but you're also showing your ability to make records and to find these pockets and go. So what really inspired it to come together that way when it comes to the X and O's of Shut Up and Write?
You know what's so funny? When I first started rapping, I had 0 bars. I had 0 bars. I was more of a flow dude.
Okay.
So I was more of a dude trying to experiment different flows, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in a group, like I said, with my boy, but then we had another person, his cousins, those three of us. Yeah. I was probably the least lyrical of my group. Like I used to come with some baby bars, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, oh, my flow was hard. But one of the biggest things that I'll say back in the day, I know how to pen a record easily. And like, so you say an India's interlude, you know what I'm saying? I like girl records, I do that like that, bro. I'm a certified lover boy. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm a Drake ass dude, bro. You know what I mean? I studied the Book of Aubrey. You know what I mean?
Always move right. You watch on the other hand.
You feel me?
Hey now.
But I made it a priority because I was like, yo, if I'm gonna showcase that I can rap, I need to showcase I can rap. Especially the dudes I'm cool with. If I'm cool with Astali and Mickey Fax, these are dudes that bar up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I can get in my bag a little bit. So as far as like the cohesiveness, I wanted to make sure the bars were there, but I still wanted to show people I could still write songs. Yeah. Like a India's interlude, like a Ride With Me, like a Dreamers with Elijah Blake. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the concepts to be crisp, you know? And I think I was able to do that with this project, man. And again, shout out to Mark, shout out to Style, you know, that really helped make it cohesive, because if you listen to the album, it's very soulful.
It is.
You know what I mean? And that's the direction that I was going with, because I just love like the samples. I love the soul and just being able to rip them and body them. You know what I'm saying?
And I just also felt it was balanced.
Yeah, thank you.
Like I was telling you, even though I've always said it in a joking manner, it's like, yeah, you could be a rapping ass dude, but you didn't give us a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like you gave us enough bars with the ability to make records, and your energy at times could really be going, while at the same time you also know how to chill and just feed into that. So it was something I was really proud of you for doing, because with Shut Up and Write, this comeback, do you see yourself, regardless of the frequency, putting out more projects, or was this an end of the journey and you go? I gotta ask. I gotta ask for the people. I know, but I gotta ask for the people.
Oh, let me stop.
Speak your truth.
I could. All right. Oh yeah, he said get in my bag. All right. Bro, we got way more music coming.
Of course, you told me.
Oh yeah, we got way more music coming. We got 10 tracks coming with Shut Up and Write. 6 months, top of the year. There you go. Not even like before then. Like I'm working on remixes for Shut Up and Write. Like as far as like getting some guest verses on there. You know, they're making like a deluxe kind of thing, and then. Top of the year, we got something for the ladies.
I love it. I love it. Again, just letting the folks know, because the homie told me.
I got to show love.
You got to. It's only right. It's only right. Now being at this point in your career, man, where you can tap into being the best journalist you can be. And now you're at a point where you can tap into being the best rapper you can be. How do you balance that time? How do you balance making goals and accomplishing those goals in both lanes?
I mean, for one, and that's the beauty of like being a rapper and being a journalist first, it all, you know, it all revolves around the pen. So it never feels like work. You know what I'm saying? Like my love for journalism, me banging out these stories comes from the pen. Me rapping comes from the pen. So it's not like a task, or it doesn't feel tedious. It doesn't feel like a job. It's just like, okay, cool. Like, I banged out the story today. Let me just go on YouTube and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Or let me hit up one of these producers that I'm cool with. Yo, send me a pack. And the shit just, it comes like that. I'm not going to force it. That's the same thing with a story. I'm not going to force it.
Of course you can't.
You can't, because shit will be mid.
One of the best things I've learned.
Yeah, you just listen. If a story, if you have like Roger's block, yo, all right, I'm going to take a minute, I'll come back to it later. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with bars, man. Like I'm not going to force any bars out. You know, because then I mean, the people don't know, but I be sending you my shit beforehand.
That's what I'm saying.
Sending Mark my shit.
Mark, I feel a part of the family, man.
You know what I mean? I be sending my bar like beforehand, before I do these freestyles. I'm like, yo, I look at them like, yo, if this shit is trash, these cats are gonna fry the fuck out of me. Especially like dude Mark, he'll be like, yo, bro, like why you scratching yourself like that, son? Or like, yo, why you like, yo, did you listen to that last bar you said? Like, you sure you want to say that?
I think one of your recent freestyles, I told you I caught the Jersey Shore record.
The Jersey, yeah.
I caught a couple lines where I'm watching it live and I'm like, he's about to say Jersey. He's about to rap something with Jersey Shore. Like, I just know it. Like, I see it. This is like sports. I see the play development, and you did, and I started smiling out loud. I'm like, I called it.
And I didn't know cats were gonna catch it either. So when you said it, my eye just like lit up like a Christmas tree. I was like, my man. That's I felt good. But bro, that's the type of shit I want to see when people listen to that project, man. Because I was listening to it today. I'm like, yo, I may have had like 100 punchlines in there. You know what I'm saying? And they're not no bullshit bars.
No, they're not.
You know what I mean?
And I'll give you credit for the fact that real talk, for somebody that is heavy on the punchlines, I can't recall you having a corny punchline.
Oh yeah, no.
Or something that would make me go like, let's get that out of here. Like, why would you even?
You know why?
Are you stupid or are you dumb? Which one? Like, where did that punchline?
And you know what it is? And I take pride in that because I looked at it like this: if I'm a rap critic, fuck it. If I'm considered one of the top rap critics out here, and I'm trying to rap, I got my ball, and I'm coming to y'all court, I'm coming to the playground, and I'm like, yo, I'm trying to hoop with y'all, and I come with some bullshit. Of course. Well, I deserve to get rapped.
Yeah.
I deserve to get shitted on.
Yeah.
So that's why I got to make sure every bar, every song that I do is top notch. Because I can't be hypocritical. I can't be like, oh, this shit is trash. Then I come with some trash shit.
That is true now. Got a couple more questions for you, good brother, before we go on this lovely Friday night, man. A lot of great points said about your rap journey. A lot of great points have been said about Shut Up and Write. But when it's all said and done, what was the biggest point of Shut Up and Write?
Biggest point, Shut Up and Write. The biggest point was to show people that, you know, not even just for me, just in general, you can't be boxed in. Don't allow people to box you in. You know, Shut Up and Write, for cats that may not know, came from the whole shut up and dribble thing.
That is true.
You know, when
the only time I'll shout out Fox News.
Yeah, only time.
That's the only time.
Fox News tried to take shots at, you know, Brian and all these cats for speaking up for our community, you know, in light of the police brutality. And they were like, yo, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Stick to just hooping.
Yeah.
Why just stick to hooping? Why can't we, like, if we're well-versed in the topic, you know, give our opinion? Why can't we dive into different sectors and thrive?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, you getting a lot of homage in this interview, Mark. Shout out to Mark, because I originally was gonna call the album the Atlanta Sessions. I was gonna originally call it the Atlanta Sessions just because I recorded most of the stuff out there. But then I was like, yo, it needs to have some kind of meaning. And just my initial reticence, my fear of showing people that side, I was like, yo, these are cats already gonna come at me and be like, oh, these freestyles? Yeah, you a journalist, bro, shut up. Yeah. Just write. Yeah. Just do what you do. Why? When I could body 95% of cats that are rapping out here.
What you say in the promo is like, yo, keep it real with me. How much better am I than a lot of these guys? And he was like, yo, I think it's a lot. I think you meant 92.
I'm talking 95. That was 2018. So now I'm talking 95, bro.
That is a noticeable increase, ladies and gentlemen. 3%.
Come on, bro.
3 percentage points.
And if you look at the people on the project, like you said, Rob, I think Rob lyrically is dope. He needs to get his flowers. I feel like a Mickey Fax, double XL freshman, is one of the best bar spitters that the game has seen.
And you speaking about that blog era.
Yeah, they
had a lot of
That's a fact.
BX. And Mickey's one of those guys too that I remember vividly from the blog era. Side note, I had 2 quick things I wanted to say. Yo, the other night, I kid you not, I had a random run on YouTube where all I was doing, keep whatever criticism to yourself. I went on a nice little Charles Hamilton run.
Hey, no.
You know
Time out. Charles Hamilton was a fucking monster.
Yo, Brooklyn Girls was a record.
Not even Brooklyn Girls. Not even Brooklyn Girls.
And Uptown Girls with so much flavor. I was
Charles.
and then I went from Charles Hamilton to Asher Roth, and I was just in that lane again. And then when you speaking about not forcing it before it passes back to you, Drake's interview with Zane Lowe around views, he had a great point.
I remember he shout out Mick.
Yeah, when he was speaking about like why he doesn't really like people in the studio. One of the best things he said was like, sometimes people have to understand that some nights it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like folks just think you could go in there and think something's gonna happen. He's like, there's some nights, and it's literally one of my favorite quotes from him. He's like, there's some nights where I go in to speak with 40 about life in the studio. It's just some nights it doesn't happen. So I just wanted to
But
say
then
that.
now spawn something like a Club Paradise kind of record. A Dreams Money Can Buy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and this dude will just have nights where we'll just the other night, we ordered Japanese food, just talking bullshit. Right. Based off that experience, that could cook up whatever fire record I choose to write. You know what I'm saying? It's not always like you go in the studio, you got to bang out 10, 12 records. If you can, you can.
Don't let Future hurt y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all not Future. Y'all
not for everybody.
Wayne.
It's not for everybody.
It ain't the same. There's a time a lot of y'all rappers thought y'all could rap without writing. Y'all not Hov. Y'all not big. Relax, big fella. No. What's your frustration, big fella?
That ain't me, baby.
What's your frustration?
Man, I know my limitations.
For real. Last question I got for you, man. And again, we spoke about this throughout the interview and even privately, just the reality of being a mentor, seeing who got next. I'm proud to call you a mentor along with a friend. Of course, there's the dynamic between you and Mark and several writers that you are associated with or were associated with at Billboard and beyond, man. In a time where, mentorship is important, giving advice is important, but a lot of people be like, man, I ain't helping y'all because it's still comp. What is that importance of folks being able to still give advice and help each other while also still knowing, hey, if we're competing, we can compete? What is the importance of that? What is the importance of just that entire situation?
I think for me especially, it's funny. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm a use today. I'm looking at Mark. Mark hit me because he's working on a story, and I was we're going back and forth spitballing ideas, and I'm like, yo, Mark, I think you should go about doing this story like this. He's like, I bet, cool, thank you. I'm like, yeah, do your thing. He's like, yo, quick question though. What about if I do this, or what about if I do that? And the competitor in me, I was about to be like, give him that hand, but I'm like, yo, bro, do it yourself. You got this. And the reason why I do it, and I do this to a lot of my writers too, is because it has to be a 50-50 thing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't given everything. Yeah. But I also know the importance of giving a hand.
Of course.
And I'm going to give you that hand and take you as far as I can take you. But at the end of the day, too, I want to know you a bucket getter. Yeah. Especially if you telling me, yo, I'm about to fuck your shit up. I want to see, yo, you don't need no pick. Go ISO. Go ISO. You know what I'm saying? And that makes people grow and reach their potential so much quicker. Like a dude like Mark's one of the best journalists we got in this game. And it's because it's not just off Cad's babying him. He had to take his lumps and be like, all right, I got to do what I got to do for myself. Same thing with Regina. Same thing with you and what you're doing with Forsyth. Same thing with Mike. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have that self-starter kit. But I think for somebody in my position that is a mentor, I think it's very, very important to extend that hand and to be like, yo, what you need, I got you. Because we want to make sure the generations to come are in good hands. We want to make sure hip-hop is in good hands. We want to make sure hip-hop journalism is in good hands. We can't have no bums, no scrubs doing this shit. Yeah. So you got to also put your pride aside and be like, yo, I'm willing to help see this dude grow on some Gilbert Arenas, John Wall shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them. That was a good episode.
I need to watch that.
Really good episode.
And Gilbert was on his way out because John was just drafted #1 pick. But Gilbert's like, yo, while I'm here, I'm gonna help you get to where you need to go.
Be no drama.
Yeah.
You're the #1 pick for a reason.
There you go.
I'm not gonna get in the way. I'm still getting paid.
And I think y'all generation, man, y'all really gonna fuck shit up. If y'all already doing it, but that's why I don't feel no pressure as far as like where hip hop journalism is gonna go, because y'all got this shit lock and key. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna body y'all, but y'all got it. Y'all got a lock and key. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just saying, listen, Kyrie went up to Cole, like, yo, Cole, what it do?
One of my favorite videos.
You feel me?
One of my favorite
videos. And Cole was like, all right, young man. You know what I mean? I'm still here. Listen, I'm still hoping.
What Kyrie told Cole that was so funny? He was like, "You have to guard.
Yeah.
You have to guard."
I'm still here, Pop.
He was like, "I'm gonna tell your father, Coach. I'm gonna tell your father. You want to bet 50,000? So you want to bet 50,000?" He said, "And I'm gonna tell Pops on
you feel me?
He said, hey, I'm gonna guard you in the game, and we gonna ref that's a foul. Ref that's a foul." He said, "No, young blood, it's not how it go. It's not how it go."
But this is why I tell dudes like you and Mark, like, y'all dogs, and I see it because when I was y'all age, I was like, oh yeah, they got that dog, because y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do to get that clip, y'all to get that interview. Obviously, the integrity is always there, but that dog mentality is what's gonna take y'all to the promised land and keep this beautiful thing of ours sacred.
Absolutely. My guy.
My brother.
Mentor.
Thank you,
much
man.
more.
I'm gonna need one of these too, man.
I got you.
This dude got the merch, yo.
You, man.
That's an OVO audit, son. Like, for real, bro.
This thing of ours.
Like, come on, son.
Donations.
You feel me?
Donations.
That's a foresight, man.
Gifts. More gifts. Donations. Folks, that was the latest episode of The Punch-In, another Foresight presentation. Got my good sister Danny behind the camera. Got Quincy here with me, man. We're in New York City. It's only right. It's Friday. Continue staying safe throughout these crazy times. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Say a prayer from time to time. Trust me, he's up there listening. He's just busy from time to time. Talk to you later.